Madness, I tell you, madness. As Julius Caesar once said, beware the Ides of March. If you know, you know. And if you know better, you do better. And you're doing better right now because you're right here listening to the number one podcast in all the land. It's the Flex Zone Podcast. The NCAA tournament is on the way. It is officially here. Selection Sunday is here. We know all 68 teams that have been selected to have a shot at the national championship. Who's in? Who's out? God's favorite host right here with Big Raj, the social media extraordinaire, and the man who makes the streams pristine. Who wins? Who loses? We're going to break down each game. Whether you like college basketball or not, we're going to tell you who we think is going to win. Upsets, Cinderellas, top seeds, who goes to San Antonio for the Final Four and goes on down to the Riverwalk and maybe walks out with the national championship. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, Flex Zone family. Join our bracket challenge. Click that link. Let's have some fun together, Flex Zone family. And as always, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell, vote on the poll. Who wins the national championship? Got some great options up there. And if it's not there, comment down below. Duke, Auburn, Florida, or Michigan State. So many options to choose from. It's the Flex Zone. Busting those brackets better than those double-digit seeds. It's the Flex Zone Podcast. The madness is here, Raj. Can you feel the excitement yet again?
Sure I can.
Flex Zone Podcast, official Selection Sunday NCAA tournament. We're going over the full bracket. Big Raj is so kind to join me yet again. And of course, the man who loves the meat is looking for the big, hopefully attractive NCAA tournament that we have this week. Big Raj, how you feeling?
No bread, no water, just me. That's one big son of a bitch!
Finish him, Daddy.
Finger licking good special. That's what I'm talking about.
It's March, Raj.
Yes, it's March, so the madness is here. But I don't know, man. It's just a little different this year. Of course, you got Duke, who's probably favored to win everything. Maryland's in the tournament. You got some other big name teams, of course, but I don't know. It's just, something just feels a little off about it, but I guess we'll get to it.
Yeah, 68 teams now, up from 64 for the past few years. Now we know they now have the first four, so more money, more exposure, more teams can get into the tournament. Make sure if you guys are joining us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. But Raj, we're doing something fun this year. We have a bracket challenge, so the people want to compete against us and see how they do, even if they watch college basketball, they're like you and they really don't care, but they want to have some fun with the Flex Zone family. They can join us, man. How fun is that?
Yeah, that's really fun. I mean, you don't gotta know anything about college basketball, but hit that link to the Flex Zone Podcast NCAA bracket challenge, and fill out the bracket and just see if you can get as many teams right as possible. It's always fun every year. I mean, of course, everybody's bracket always gets busted for some odd reason, but it is a fun thing to actually watch because you never know who's going to win. Sometimes the lower seed team wins over the higher seed team. There's a lot of upsets in the NCAA matchups every year. So just hit that link, man, and fill out your bracket and see how well you do. You might do better than you think. You never know.
And it gives you multiple entries, so you don't have to worry about just picking one. You can pick up to 25, I believe. So you can make multiple selections. You can do opposites. You can do lower seeds, higher seeds. You can do however you want to do it. So have some fun with the Flex Zone. We'll be promoting that all week as it locks on Thursday. I got the times of each game, Rod, so I know you want to be out and about eating meat, eating some delicious food, maybe taking a trip to one of your favorite establishments in the Baltimore and DMV corridor. So I got you with that. But controversy, Alex kind of brought it up in the chat. North Carolina, one of the last four in, and they were 1-12 in quad one games. So basically, quad one are your best wins, your top level wins, quad two, quad three, quad four. So that is how they kind of analyticize, if I could say, NCAA in the basketball world now. So you see, North Carolina was 1-12 in quad one games this year. They were considered on the bubble. They did almost beat Duke in the ACC tournament, but their athletic director, and I just learned this out, is the head of the NCAA tournament selection committee. And you can see the individuals there. I'll click on it. Bubba Cunningham, North Carolina athletic director, the chairperson. So there you go, Raj. How you feel about that? Is it because it's North Carolina? They're not going to leave North Carolina out of the big dance, right?
I guess because they're a big name team. But 1-12 is a terrible, terrible record. But I mean, hey, it's North Carolina. They always finds ways to get into the tournament. They're not going to leave them out. I guess they can be middle of the pack and still find themselves somewhere in the tournament. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty. Who are they seated up? Well, we're gonna show the bracket who they seated up with. But
Yeah, they're playing in the first four, Raj. So they're in the tournament, but they're not in the tournament. They still have to win on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah,
okay,
you know that.
okay, they're in a playing game. Oh,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay, they're in the
See,
playing
you
game.
got it. See,
Yeah. I mean,
you're already
thanks
intrigued,
to
right? See, more money. You get a big school on the playing.
thanks to the NCAA, the NBA has the same thing. Playing tournaments to get into the playoffs. I mean, oh joy! Hopefully, we might get that in football as well. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see if they can win on Tuesday to make it to the big dance on Thursday or Friday, depending on who they're playing.
Yes, let's get to real quick. I did want to talk about this, Raj. We talk about the football aspect. How about the SEC? If you had to guess, because you don't really watch college basketball, I actually predicted this number correctly earlier today. I said it on the live with Cravante. They would get this many teams in. I'll tell you it's double digits, Raj. How many teams, a little flex on college basketball trivia, hold on, let's get some music for you here. Something new here on the podcast. See, Raj, I'm always evolving what we do here. How many teams in the SEC for college basketball made it to the NCAA tournament this year? Can I get some music for the good brother while he decides? Let's see if he can. Why you think on that? How many teams in the SEC made the NCAA tournament this year? You can comment down below as well, but I want to hear from Raj. Let's see what Raj thinks.
I want to say it's 4. I want to say 4 teams made it.
4?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll give you 2 hints. There are 16 teams in the SEC.
Okay.
So more than 4.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say 10 then.
Incorrect. But would you believe me, Raj, if I told you now, not only has the SEC taken over football, out of 16 teams in their conference, a whopping 14 out of the 16 made the NCAA tournament, the most ever by any school in March Madness.
Oh wow. I would have never guessed that. Justin knows. Shout out to you, Justin. Shout out to you, Miss Queen, and Alex of always. You're always in the chat. Appreciate y'all. But I would never guess that. That is insane. That is crazy. That is not to be expected. But hey, congrats to those 14 teams out of the SEC making it to the tournament. I'm not sure how the hell they did it, but they found a way. So NCAA record is being broken in NCAA. So I guess that's always a good thing.
And 26 schools made a bowl game, Raj, and the NCAA tournament this year. So these schools getting money.
Yeah, man. They find ways to get money, as always. I mean, this is what they
And
do
then
in
also,
college.
and then outside of that, you also have Memphis, Colorado State, and Liberty as well added to that list. So there you go.
That's a lot. Okay, that's cool. Congrats to them.
Real quick, I had the conference. Here we go. So the SEC with 14 teams, Big 10 with 8, where Maryland plays, Big 12 with 7, Big East with 5, ACC only 4, Raj. Remember the days
Those,
of the ACC having like 10?
yeah, I remember when Maryland used to be over there, and they had to play Duke every year, and Duke will always beat them every year. But times have changed. Maryland's in the Big Ten because there was more money opportunity, so they ran over there. Hopefully, they find ways to get it done. I mean, Maryland, man, they're very disappointing. I mean, they have a great team, and they always it's like the Ravens. They just find ways to let you down at the last minute, and it's just
Told you.
it's ugly, man. It
Same
was
team,
ugly.
just different uniforms, right? Same team, just
It,
different uniforms.
it was ugly yesterday. I'm like, they had the game won. All I had to do was make a stop. They couldn't even stop it, but it's neither here nor there.
Yes, big shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you. And we had the Mountain West with 4 and West Coast with 2. So shout out to all of those teams as well. I also wanted to highlight and talk about the tip times, Raj. I know for those who are coming down with the case of dance fever that may call out of work this week or not show up at all, or may have to sneak, Raj, press a little button on the computer and make sure nobody's watching.
Oh, of
If
course,
you
most definitely. Yeah, I know a couple people that do that. I'm gonna be quiet though. I ain't gonna say no names, but I know a couple people.
we got the tip time. So let's go through this so everyone knows where everyone plays, and we'll get into the games in a second. We thank you guys for joining us on your Sunday night. Appreciate it. So we start on Thursday afternoon, March 20th. That's this Thursday, first round games. 12:15 on CBS out of Lexington, Creighton versus Louisville. Brian Anderson, Jim Jackson, and Allie LaForce on the call. Always good to hear Jim Jackson, Raj as well on the call with BA and Allie. Then we got 12:40 on True TV. Love to see True TV getting some love. Providence. And they have High Point against Purdue, Andrew Catalan, Steve Lapis, and Evan Washburn, who works with the Ravens. So local connection there. That's at 12:40. So those are two games. And at 1:30 on TNT from Denver, Montana versus Wisconsin, Brad Nessler. Brendan Haywood, Raj, the Wizard, great. Can't forget him. And Dana Jacobson. Hey, man, he was part of the last playoff run, man.
Hey, Dana Jacobson, I've heard that name since like 2012, I think. It's the last time I heard about her. But damn, she's still doing it. That's what's up.
Then at 2 p.m. out of Wichita on TBS, number 16 seed SIU Edwardsville versus Houston. Tom McCarthy, Deb Antonelli, Steve Smith, and AJ Ross Raj. Then we get to the 250 window out of Lexington on CBS. St. Francis, Alabama State winner versus Auburn. That is, what is that? Brian Anderson, Jim Jackson, Allie LaForce. Then 315, McNeese versus Clemson out of Providence. Andrew Catalan, Lapis, and Washburn. Then 4 o'clock, VCU and BYU. TNT, that is in the Denver region. VCU versus BYU. Brad Nessler, Brendan Haywood, Dana Jacobson. Then at 4:30 on TBS, Wichita, Georgia versus Gonzaga. That's going to be a big one. It might be the game I'm looking forward to most. McCarthy, Antonelli, Smith, and Ross. Again, 4:30. So by most people may be home or getting ready to be home. Raj, anything this first window that jumps out to you? Any games that just think maybe, hey, I might have to sneak away and watch this one?
Maybe Georgia versus Gonzaga. I mean, you already know how Gonzaga is every year. They find ways to make it deep in the tournament. Even though we don't even know who the hell is on the team, it doesn't even matter. They find ways to get deep into the tournament. Sweet 16s, Elite Eights, they're in there, and it's like, how did they get in there? But they find ways. So that's an intriguing matchup to watch. Also, I guess I want to say maybe Louisville versus Creighton. The first game is another intriguing one. But I think that pretty much all the other ones, I ain't gonna say they're gonna be washes or anything because you never know in the NCAA tournament. Anybody can beat anybody, but I will find those two the most intriguing on this matchup. St. Francis, though, that's interesting. But yeah. Out of all those other teams, I just find those two the most that I might really want to check out the most.
Full disclosure, I don't know when Maryland plays or time yet, so I'm finding out as I do this, kind of seeing my reaction because I don't know what that means for me and my streaming schedule, our streaming schedule on this channel. So I am holding my breath. I do know it's Friday. That's all I know. If you want to spoil it in the chat, I just won't read the chat, but we're going to find out together. Let's keep going on our little exercise. This is Thursday evening, so you get your snack, you get your fruit snacks, you get your little nap in, you get home from work, unwind. This is Thursday night, 6:50 on TNT. Wofford and Tennessee. That is at 6:50. Then at 7:10 on CBS, Arkansas, Kansas. Raj, real quick, Bill Self and old John Calipari. What a coaching matchup that's going to be just on the surface.
Yeah, John Calipari, Bill Self, they two legends in the game, especially John Calipari. It's gonna be fun to watch. I'm not sure who's gonna win that, but we're gonna find out. I mean, definitely gonna find out. I will say this though. I know I don't watch the regular season college basketball, but when it comes to the tournament, it's just no way you cannot, keep your eyes glued to what's going on because there's always something crazy going on in the NCAA tournament. So I wouldn't be surprised that either one of these teams won.
And John Calipari, Raj, nobody was on that team last year before he came there. He literally can take dudes off the street, recruit them, and have a NCAA tournament team with a chance to compete. It's crazy how good he is at recruiting. 7:25 in Denver, TBS. The Ivy Leagues, Yale versus Texas A&M. This may be an upset to look forward to as we get into the games. Drake versus Missouri. No, not the rapper. The School, 7:35 on True TV. Then 9:25 TNT, Utah State, UCLA. 9:45 CBS, Omaha versus St. John's. Rick Pitino doing a damn thing up in New York. UC San Diego versus Michigan at 10 p.m. and 10:10 UNCW versus Texas Tech on True TV. Anything in this window, Raj, for the Thursday second half?
Maybe Utah versus UCLA. That's an intriguing matchup that I might check out. Arkansas versus Kansas. That's another. Kansas is always another team that finds ways to be deep into the, tournament. But I mean, yeah, man. A lot of these games are intriguing. I'm not going to say that it's not, but I'm gonna say just those two. Maybe even Texas A&M and Yale. I'm not sure, but
it's always fun watching the nerds play basketball, man. They real good. It made me think about that Boondocks episode, man. It's fun, man. Like they be shooting threes. I'm like, damn, y'all smart as hell.
Yeah, they're very intelligent.
Let's get to Friday. Let's find out when Maryland plays, and maybe we'll have a little double stream if you know what I mean. This is 12:15 Friday, March 21st. Our boy, Raj, Iron Eagle and Onions himself, Bill Raftery, and the smooth, light-skinned criminal, part ownership of the ownership group with the Baltimore Orioles, the Dookie himself, Grant Hill, and the lovely Tracy Woolston, Baylor and Mississippi State. That'll be a good one there. 12:15 on CBS out of Raleigh. 12:40 in Cleveland. Robert Morris versus Alabama. My guy Sparrow Ditas, Jim Sparnarkle, digging him up out the archives for the college basketball. John Rothstein, 1:30 TNT Milwaukee. Lipscomb versus Iowa State. Our boy, one of the GOATs, Kevin Harlan. You know he's going to bring the energy. That's how you know it's March Madness. Dan Bonner, Stan Van Gundy. So a little TNT love there that we hear on the NBA. And Lauren Shahidi, that's at 1:30. Then at 2 p.m. out of Seattle, Colorado State versus Memphis. Lisa Biggington, Robbie Hummel, and debuting this year, the smoothest hairline in the business, Raj, of the Fab Five. You would know something about that with the smooth hairline. We get Colorado State and Memphis, Jalen Rose and Andy Katz joining the crew with Robbie Hummel as well, former great college player himself.
Hey man, you had to have it. You had to have. Well, we're gonna have a double stream, I guess. I mean, Maryland's playing at 4:35, so they're not cutting in on SmackDown, which is great. So that's always fantastic. But definitely be checking out Maryland and Grand Canyon. Maryland, they better win this goddamn game on Friday. They better not find a way to lose this, because if they do, then it's gonna be curtains. But I'm definitely checking out that, like you said, 12:15 with Bill Raftery, Mississippi State versus Baylor. That's gonna be a fun one. What else?
Yeah, we got possibly North Carolina versus
North Carolina,
Ole Miss at 4, Vanderbilt and St. Mary's at 3, and Mount St. Mary's American versus Duke at 2:50 as well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these games is definitely watchable games. So I mean, it's going to be on and popping on Friday. But definitely Maryland, they gotta find a way to win. They gotta get out the first round. Can't beat themselves.
Real quick, there you go, Dylan. You just asked when the Gators are playing. They play at 6:50 on Friday night. So leading into your SmackDown action, they play Norfolk State. So a little MEAC love there. At 7:10, we got Troy, Kentucky. 7:25, New Mexico, Marquette. This is TNT, CBS, and TBS respectively. True TV, Akron versus Arizona. Oklahoma versus UConn, 9:25. Xavier, Texas versus Illinois, 9:45 on CBS and TNT. 10 p.m. out of Cleveland. Bryant versus Michigan State, and Liberty versus Oregon at 10:10 on True TV. So there you go. All of your viewing needs, notes, and plan accordingly. So a Friday afternoon stream. Okay, we'll be here. We'll figure it out. We'll be here. So RSVP for that. Let's get to it. The moment they've been waiting for, Raj, real quick before we get into the last four in were Texas, 19-15, Xavier, 21-11, San Diego State, 21-9, and North Carolina, 22-13, but 1-12 in quad one games. West Virginia, who may have been screwed, 19-13. Indiana, who I thought was screwed as well with Mike Woodson on his way out, 19-13, 54 ranking overall. Ohio State also out. They actually beat Maryland, 17-15, and Boise State at 24-10. Any of those schools you would like to possibly see get in there, Rod, before we get to this bracket?
Not really. It don't matter who gets in there. I don't care.
Let us get to the moment that you've all been waiting for. It is time for that bracket, Raj. Let's get to it. Let's go down these games. Let's give our predictions. And, yeah, we'll do it here. Fun, live with the people. Let us start with the overall number one seed in the South. The number one team, technically, according to rankings, Auburn. Shout out to Charles Barkley. They will play the 16 seed Alcorn State out of the SWAC or SFU. Real quick, for those who have not done a bracket before, I got some numbers for you. 1 versus the 16, Raj. This maybe can help you. Since 2018. So this is when UMBC, if you remember, Raj, the 16 seed beat the 1 Virginia at the time. So since that happened, the 1 versus a 16, everybody, this is free game for you all doing the bracket. The 1 versus 16, the number one seed is 22-2 versus a 16 seed. So keep that in mind as you make your pick. So if you want to get crazy, try not to maybe do a 1 versus a 16. A 2 versus a 15. The 2 seed is 21-3. So 2 seeds usually get it done. A 3 seed, a 3 versus a 14. They are 22-2. So pretty much if you go chalk with your first 3 seeds, more times than not, Raj, according to the analytic, the geeks, you're going to hold serve and the higher seed is going to win. 4 versus a 13. 17-7, so still pretty good numbers. That's a 70% winning percentage. 5-12, it goes down a little bit. 16-8, 6-11. This is where it gets fun. 12-12, so it's even. So 6 versus 11, if you want to pick that upset, maybe a 6 versus an 11. How about a 7 versus a 10? We hear that all the time. A 7 seed is actually 14-9 versus the 10. And how about an 8-9, Raj? We know that's probably as even match as it can be. And 8 is 8-16. So the 9 seed, 16 wins to 8 losses over the 8. So maybe that 8 versus 9 and that 5 versus 12, 6 versus 11 are things to look forward to as well. So, Raj, are we pretty much saying 1, 2, 3 Auburn? We don't have to think too much about this one.
No, 1, 2, 3 can't come.
Okay, all right. We can advance Auburn. Let's get to the fun game. The game, actually, one of the games you talked about, one of the first games of the weekend, Louisville, Creighton. So you see the user picks, 58% Louisville. They did have a really good ACC season. I think they were picked like Maryland, like 10th in the conference, Raj. They actually got to the semifinals. Fell short. Creighton out of the Big Ten. Any prediction here? I'm going Louisville personally.
I mean, I was going to pick Louisville as well. Yeah, okay. Louisville. So we can edge them in.
All right, sounds like a plan. You guys can play along with us as well. And if you want to do your bracket with us, we're helping you out. This is one of the ones I'm going to submit. This is not part of the group, but one of the many that I'll do. Michigan, who won the Big Ten Rise and beat Maryland on that buzzer beater, playing UC, what is that? UC San Diego, Cal versus San Diego. How do you feel? Could this be a 12-5 upset, or do you think Michigan advances? How you feeling about this?
Michigan's going to win that.
All right, I agree with you, good brother. We have not disagreed yet. Sounds good to me. All right, we got the guys that do the math work for you. When you're an athlete and you need your homework done, Yale out of the Ivy League against Texas A&M. Is this where we pick an upset? Remember, as we go back to our numbers, a 4 and a 13, 17-7. So the 4 wins, they're 17-7. So
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna roll with Texas.
Okay.
I mean, they smart at Yale, but I'm not rolling with Yale.
You know what? They are part of that 14-team SEC. I think they're going to win. I think they hold serve. They're battle tested. Ole Miss versus San Diego State or North Carolina. I don't think North Carolina was that good this year, so they may even lose in the play-in. But I think Ole Miss beats whoever. But how you feel, Raj?
I'm rolling with Ole Miss.
Okay. All right. righty. We're gonna go Iowa State, Lipscomb. Iowa State had a really good year, by the way. I don't know much about Lipscomb, but I think Iowa State should win.
Yeah, they should win. I
Okay.
can't. I mean, that's a 92% chance that I'm not even gonna pick up. Nah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah. We're gonna go chalk there. Let us know. Now this is gonna be interesting. Marquette and New Mexico. I do know there are two of the best point guards in the country. My guy Cam Jones and my guy Donovan Dent. Look at these numbers, guys. America, if you don't know, it's all about guard play in a tournament. If you got a good guard, remember Steph Curry. Remember some of these great guards. If you got a good guard, you can make a run. Cam Jones, 19 in a game. Donovan Dent, 20 a game. Look out for these two brothers when they play. How you feel about this one, Raj?
This will be my first upset. I'm
Okay.
going to go. I'm gonna roll with the other team.
New Mexico State. We're gonna
New
put New
Mexico
Mexico
State.
State. Okay. We're gonna put New Mexico State forward. You guys let us know how you're feeling down below. I think Michigan State rolls here against Bryant. How you feel? H to the Izzo?
Yeah, it's over. Michigan State.
Okay. All right. And that is the first part of the South. We'll go down to let's go to the West and then we'll come back. Dylan, where you at? I know we're going with Florida over Norfolk State. That's
Most definitely.
okay. All
Oh,
right.
there's a 99% doing. We got a chance to help.
I love the MEAC. We are both MEAC graduates on this show, but respectfully to all the HBCUs out there and all the black schools in the SWAC.
Yeah. Sorry, Dion.
Finish him, Daddy.
This could be no offense. This could be the ugliest game of the first round. If Florida gets going and play like they're supposed to, this could be over by halftime. And I'm
It
not
might
even
be
trying to be
it might be over by the 10-minute mark in the game.
halfway through. Yeah, we agree there. UConn, Oklahoma. Remember, guys, UConn is the two-time defending national champions. They've been under the radar all season. They've kind of been quiet. Dan Hurley didn't take the Lakers job. Raj comes back. How do you feel? Does UConn survive at least one more week to try to three-peat? The Chiefs couldn't do it. Can UConn?
This be my second upset. Screw Dan Hurley. I'm going with the other team. I am going with the other damn team. Screw UConn. He should have came to the Lakers, but that's okay. It's all right. But no, I'm rolling with the other team.
What I just say, everyone, guards. Look at the guards. Jeremiah Fears, he might put fear into the heart of Dan Hurley, averaging 17 a game. I do agree with you, Raj. And look at Solo Ball. Not the same UConn team, obviously, as the last 2 years. Stephon Castle, the rookie of the year, probably now with the Spurs, not there. I think Fears in Oklahoma get it done as well. So I'm going 8-9 as well. Remember, the 8-9 percentage is 8-16. So the 9 wins more than the 8. So remember that as you do your brackets. How about this, man? Memphis and Colorado State. I think this is going to be an interesting game, Raj. How you feeling?
I think it's gonna be a close game, but I'm gonna stick with Memphis though. I'm gonna stick with
Okay.
Memphis. But I think it's gonna be closer than what people think it's gonna be.
All right, we'll see. Yeah, PJ Haggerty is pretty good for Memphis, and Nick Clifford, if you don't know, pretty much underrated. I think he's been with them for a good amount of years as well. But I do agree. I think Memphis has had a really good year out of the A10. I think they advance. Oh man, here we go. Maryland and Grand Canyon. Let's kind of get into this, and I'll get into this more in the official preview. But net ranking, you see Maryland, they're 10th, 5-5 against top 25, 55th strength of schedule, 81 points a game. But look at Grand Canyon, Rise. They no slouches. They score 80 themselves. Then they only give up 69. Maryland gives up 67. So this gonna be a close game. I'm a little worried.
You should be, because Maryland, as we've seen, every time it's a close game, they don't always lose, but they make it hard for themselves. So if they can find a way to just win by like maybe 10 points, hopefully 5-10 points, down the stretch, they're not trying to come back like they did in the last game that they played. They should beat them. I ain't gonna say easily, but they should just beat them. But I'm not sure how they're gonna start. If they start off very janky, very timid, and have a really slow start, it could be a long day for Maryland. But we shall see. I'm rolling with Maryland, of course, but it's not gonna be a gimme game. Now, if they would have played what Michigan was playing, if they would have, I would say they would destroy them, but it's not so much. This other team might give them a run for their money.
And that's the beauty of college basketball, Raj. Why we love this time of year, because it's important to play well, even in your conference tournament, because that one game could have been a difference from Maryland having to play a Grand Canyon who could beat them. And I think Michigan has, I forgot that fast, a UC Santa Barbara. Even though Michigan's a 5 seed, I think they should be a little higher. But it's all about But Maryland does avoid being in the same region as Auburn. So, but then they still have Florida. So it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, you still got to play them if you
Because
do.
if they do make the Sweet 16, they have Florida waiting for them potentially. So there you go there. Missouri and Drake, Raj. I'm intrigued to hear who you pick. I have a pick. This may be my first upset pick, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and do this.
I'm rolling with Drake.
I'm rolling with Drake too. I know the artist is a little down right now, but we're rolling with Drake. I think, and I just said it, the 6 and 11, they're 12 and 12. So it's a pick 'em, guys. And I'm going with Drake. I want to see something real quick. They only give up, Raj, 58 points a game. They lock you down and they score 70. They might be somebody to look out for in the tournament, guys.
Yeah, they might go deep in the tournament. Well, with them with that track record, but it's all on who you play. So if they can get out the first round, I mean, look out. Nah, don't count them out.
I'm liking Drake as well. I think Texas Tech is going to roll here. I want to hear what you think, though. But what's your opinion?
Nah, Texas Tech got it.
All right.
Yeah, Texas Tech got that.
Yeah, Texas Tech only giving up 67 points a game. I like teams that can play defense because the game slows down at times. So if you can lock down on defense, here we go. Bill Self, John Calipari. Who you rolling with? I'm intrigued to hear who you pick here.
Woo. I'm gonna roll with Kansas.
Okay. I'm probably going to pick Arkansas, but this could go either way. And I really don't know. Kansas has underachieved this year, but they were ranked in the top 5 at the beginning of the year. Hunter Dickinson's been there 10 years. As you can see, he averages a double-double. He's a grown man. If he plays like he's supposed to, they could win this game. So we'll put Kansas in to the round of 32. I think St. John's might be a Final Four team. Spoiler alert, but St. John's, Omaha, or OMA.
Omaha. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Omaha,
I'm sorry.
OMA.
Peyton Manning. Oh, my bad. Yes.
Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Arch Manning, Cooper Manning, any Manning that's about to be born, they getting their ass whooped because Kansas and St. John's are on a collision course potentially in the second round. Let's work our way to the Midwest. We'll start from the bottom since we're here. Tennessee made it to the SEC championship game, Raj. One of those 14 teams. I'm not picking probably against the SEC team in the first game.
I'm not picking against Tennessee. Jesus Christ. Nah, they gonna win. They'll find a way.
All right. UCLA, Utah State. How do you feel about this, Raj?
UCLA.
All right. Intriguing. Both teams play really good defense, so that's going to might be a slugfest. Maybe a little bit of a bore for you who like offense, but it is going to be a grinded out game. I think UCLA has the better guard play. I agree. They played Maryland pretty tough. Kentucky, Troy. I'm rolling with Kentucky. How you feel, Raj?
Kentucky.
All right. Kentucky with new coach getting it done as well. Illinois, brother thoughts? I'm rolling with Illinois. Raj, what you think?
I'm rolling with Illinois too.
All right, Illinois.
And
Illinois on to Kentucky. I might actually like Illinois in the Sweet 16. Brother thoughts. We'll see that in a second. But Purdue and High Point. I like Purdue. I think they should win this one. They got the Big Ten Player of the Year, Mr. Trey Kaufman.
I'll roll with Purdue.
Okay.
I think Purdue will get it done.
All right, Clemson, McNee. Clemson had a really good year in the ACC as well. Gave Duke some tough games. How you feel about this? Is this an upset or are you rolling chalk?
I'm roll Clemson. I ain't gonna say this is upset. Not at all.
Okay. Clemson has some injuries, but I do think Clemson has the talent as well. I think they could make a run. Gonzaga, Georgia, another 8-9, another pick 'em, everybody. Gonzaga, like you said, every year they get it done, but they would play an SEC team. So, I don't even know who I want to pick in this one.
I'm rolling with Gonzaga. I'm rolling. They not losing in the first game. They are not losing. I'm not. I don't know that for a fact. I'm rolling with Gonzaga.
All right. I think Houston, 1, 2, 3, Cancun. We know they're going to dominate. I think Houston's possibly a Final Four team too. Kevin Sampson.
Yeah, get him out of there.
Yeah, this is probably the best team since 2 years ago. They've been in a number 1 seed, I think, the last 4 years as well. So let's work our way to the last area, which is the East, with the number 2 overall seed. The second one, Duke. Cooper Flag is expected to be ready for the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Alex, I think we all can agree. 1, 2, 3, Duke. Right, Cancun, Duke, all that. They're gonna whoop that.
It'll be 100% the 0, but
Well, they're playing American University, so they'll be patriotic.
They're going to patriotically whip their ass. Gotcha.
Mississippi State, barely another pick.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, my. I had to flip a coin with this one, but yeah, I'm going to roll with Baylor. I think Baylor's going to win.
I think Baylor had the Big 12 freshman of the year as well. So Baylor, I like Baylor as well. I'll go Baylor. Oregon, Liberty. Are we going with Liberty or Oregon, Raj? Remember, Oregon was ranked like number one at one point this year.
They was, and then they, dropped a lot of games. But I'm gonna roll with Oregon. I think they get out the first round.
I think Oregon could be a team that if they play like they're supposed to, they can make a little bit of a run. Arizona, Akron. I'm feeling a little spicy here, Barrage, but I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna let you talk.
Akron could win, but
Don't get too spicy. Okay.
don't get too spicy. I'm gonna roll with Arizona.
Okay.
They gonna.
Caleb Love, seems like he's been there forever. Remember at North Carolina, now at Arizona. They should win this game, but I ain't gonna get crazy. This one though, I am going to pick VCU. But Roger, what do you think? BYU and VCU. The U battling the U.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with you on VCU. I don't know about BYU this year, but yeah, I'm gonna roll with VCU too.
VCU 9-1 in their last 10, as is BYU. So two red hot teams. It's all about momentum. It's going to be interesting to see what this game brings. I think the winner of this game could make a run also, but I'm going VCU. I like Wisconsin, Raj. How you feel about it?
I do too.
All right.
Yeah.
St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. I want to hear what you think about this. St. Mary's actually won the conference that Gonzaga usually wins, the Mountain West. Are they good enough to beat Vanderbilt, another SEC team?
Oh, if it Skip Bayless's squad, I'm going wrong with the other squad. So yeah, I'm going with St. Mary's. I ain't going with Vanderbilt.
Alabama. Are we going to get a roll tide tonight?
Well, I am. I don't feel like doing the
They're gonna roll.
But they're gonna roll. They're gonna roll.
Okay. All right, we'll start there. Alabama, St. Mary's. You think Alabama rolls again?
Yes, I think Alabama rolls. Continues to roll.
Wisconsin, VCU. I'm gonna say Wisconsin, but I'll see how you feel.
I'm gonna roll VCU.
Okay, we'll put VCU over. I like that. Arizona, Oregon. How you feel?
I'm gonna roll with Oregon.
Same. I would roll Oregon as well. Duke, Baylor.
Duke.
We'll go to the top. Auburn, Louisville. I think
Auburn. They gonna.
Now this will be an interesting game. Michigan, Texas, A&M potentially. I like Big Ten schools just because of but it's a Big Ten SEC matchup. That would be tough.
I'm gonna roll with Texas.
Okay.
I think Michigan loses here.
All right. We'll put them through. Ole Miss, Iowa State, another good matchup.
I'm gonna roll with Iowa State.
Iowa State. All right. Michigan State, New Mexico. I think Michigan State's on a mission too.
Yeah, Michigan State.
I think they're a little pissed off they didn't win the Big Ten tournament. Let's go down to, we got the South and East. Okay, let's go down to the West. Florida, Oklahoma. I think Florida advances. I think Florida's playing really well.
I think Florida does as well.
Probably the best Florida team since they won the back-to-back championships. Memphis, Maryland. Oh my gosh, I would be sweating bullets on what would that be? Sunday? Oh joy! Yeah, on Sunday.
Maryland advances. They'll win 2 games. They're going to win. They're going to win.
All right, I believe you. That Haggerty boy. We'll see, man. Derek Queen got to do what he did last week. Be aggressive. If he can be aggressive, they'll be okay. Drake and Texas Tech. Are you still feeling Drake or are you rolling with Texas Tech?
I'm rolling with Texas Tech. I ain't feeling Drake after this one.
He's one and done. Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no back to back.
Kansas and St. John's. I think St. John's on a mission too.
Yep. I'm roll with St. John's as well.
I think they get them boys up out of it. I think St. John's playing really well. Let's go back through. So we have our Sweet 16 teams real quick. If you're keeping score, I know a lot of you are in and out. Thank you for staying with us. We've been here for a minute. Auburn, Louisville, Michigan, Texas. Well, we can just go down to we got our Elite Eight. Okay. We got our Sweet 16. Auburn, Texas, Duke, Oregon, VCU, Alabama, Iowa State, Michigan, Florida, Maryland. That would be wonderful. Texas Tech, St. John's, UCLA, Tennessee, Illinois, Kentucky, and Clemson, Purdue, and Houston. Oh, well, we got I'm going Houston over Gonzaga. How you feel about that? I'm sorry.
No, Houston. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Clemson, Purdue. This is a pretty tough toss-up game.
I'm gonna roll Clemson.
Okay, I'll go Clemson too with you. Like I said, I think Clemson, if they can get past McNeese, they could be tough to beat. Illinois, Kentucky. I think with brother thoughts, I think Illinois wins.
I was gonna roll with Illinois. That's what I was about to pick. I'm picking Illinois.
Yes, sir. So Illinois will advance. Then we would have what would that be? UCLA, Tennessee matchup, Raj. How you feel about that?
I'm rolling with Tennessee.
The Vols will go to the Sweet 16. All right, so we'll work it to the Illinois-Tennessee matchup.
Ooh, Tennessee. Sorry, Illinois.
Yes, I think that's when their dream ends. Now, do you go Houston and Clemson? Who do you have in that one?
I think Clemson wins.
Okay, we're going a little upset. I like it. We're getting spicy. I like it. So
Yeah,
a Clemson, Tennessee, Midwest semi-final. Okay. Florida, Maryland. I'm sorry. I don't know what Maryland would do against Florida. I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry, Maryland, but
Yeah,
this is where the dream dies. Florida wins.
it could get ugly. It could get ugly. If they get in foul trouble, it could get ugly. Texas Tech, St. John's. Raj, how you feel about that?
St. John's. I think they're gonna still roll.
Yeah, 18-2. So we got a Florida St. John's 1-2 matchup, pretty much chalk in the West. We got Iowa State, Michigan State.
I'm gonna roll with Michigan State. I'm gonna roll with Michigan
Wait,
State.
it is one more time. So we'll have a Auburn, Texas A&M. How you feel about that?
Auburn's gonna get in there.
All right. On the other side, what that would be Duke, Oregon. That'd be a good matchup.
Duke, of course, Duke's gonna roll. They'll be in there.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup there as well. VCU, Wisconsin. Are you still rolling with your Cinderella?
Yes, I'm gonna still roll with VCU.
Okay. VCU
I
looking
think they get in there. They get in there.
All right. And then we would have VCU playing Alabama, Raj. How do you feel about that one?
Bama's out of there. VCU.
He's rolling with VCU, America. Y'all see this. You got VCU
I'm
playing.
going VCU.
All right, he's going VCU to play Duke. So we'll stay there. Duke and VCU. Are you putting Duke or VCU in your Final Four out of the East bracket?
But we're still gotta go with Duke.
He's putting Duke in. So Duke is in the Final Four out of the East. Let's go to the Midwest. Clemson, Tennessee. Are you rolling with Clemson? Or are you going to roll with Tennessee?
I'm gonna roll with Clemson.
All right, we got Duke and Clemson. So that will be an ACC rematch in the semifinal. All right. Out of the West, Florida, St. John's. This could be game of the tournament right here.
Oh, sucky now.
Oh, Slick Rick.
I'm gonna roll with St. John's on this. Sorry, Dylan. I think Florida gets put out in this one.
This is the team that can beat Florida. If Florida avoids St. John's, I think Florida wins it all potentially. I agree with you, Raj. I'm going with Slick Rick and the wonderful adult entertainers that he supports each and every day. That's how you win, baby. Yes, sir. We love you. We love you, Slick. Wish you was at Maryland, but it worked out for you, so it's all good. It is what it is. You know, they went in another direction. I'm loving it. Oh, damn, Dylan. I mean, damn, we didn't play yet. We didn't play yet. But hey, it is what it is, you know.
Dylan can't argue with us.
Hey, man, look, that'll be possibly the game of the tournament, championship before the championship. So we got St. John's out of the West. And last but not least, Auburn, Michigan State, another possible game of the tournament, Raj. I want to hear who you think's going to win.
This is a toss-up, but I think I'm going to roll with Michigan State.
I agree with you. I actually think the same thing. If it comes down to, I think Michigan State, I think they're motivated. So we would have a Duke, Clemson, Michigan State, St. John's. If you got that Final Four, Raj, how would you feel about that? You would like it? Well, you'll be right, so you would love it.
I would love it because I'm definitely watching both of these games. So it's going to be heaven to me. But yeah, I'm definitely watching both of these games if it happens.
And the beauty of it is, Raj, this year, remember, WrestleMania is pushed back. No WrestleMania the same night as the Final Four. So we get the Final Four by itself, and then we had a couple weeks till WrestleMania. So Michigan, St. John's, who wins that?
Oh boy! Oh my God! Look at that, 9-10. Jesus Christ! I want if I'm a, I'm gonna roll with Rick. I'm gonna roll with Rick. I'm gonna roll with Rick.
Rick Pitino gets to the national championship in his first year, and is it a New York, St. John's, Duke old school little rematch? Are we on there?
Yeah, I think I'm rolling with Duke. Rolling with Duke.
All right, Alex, you hear that? Do you have Duke? Who do you have, Duke or St. John's in the national championship?
I think you know what I'm gonna roll with. I love Duke, but I'm not gonna roll with him. Roll with St. John's. I think St. John's wins it all.
Roger's rolling with St. John's to win the NCAA tournament. Wow, that was fun. That was fun.
A lot
Went
of
through it.
upsets, a lot going on, man. But I think Rick Pitino is a legend, man, and he doesn't get enough credit of what he's done with St. John. And I just think they're going to surprise a lot of people in this tournament. So if for this first bracket, this first bracket, the many of the
Yes.
many
First
brackets,
of many. First of many.
I'm gonna roll with St. John's to win it all against Duke.
Scott, I think Louisville, they will be. It's not going to be easy for Auburn to beat whoever wins the Creighton Louisville game because Creighton is no slouch. We know the 8-9 matchups are a pick 'em. So Scott, it's going to be tough. If Louisville makes it to the Sweet 16, they're going to earn it because they would have to go through Creighton and probably Auburn. So it's anything. It like we always say, it's not best of 7, best of 5, best of 3. It's one game. If you don't bring your A game on that day, your ass is packing up the next day and you're going home, or if not, that same night because it's not, oh, this team can come back and beat you the next 2 or 3 games. Nope. One and done. That's the beauty. That's the unpredictability. That is why we love March Madness. But as you can see, Raj, real quick, just some highlights. He loves VCU to get to the Elite Eight against Duke. We also had who else? Clemson in the Final Four, getting to the semifinals against Duke as well. He had Gonzaga beating and winning yet again, getting to the second round. Who else do we have? We had St. John's coming out of this side, pretty much chalk, and Michigan State at the top as well. I do agree with the Michigan State St. John's matchup. I think that is where we're going to hit on that left side. Duke, if Duke is going to slip up, just to be a little devil's advocate, because I still think Cooper Flag may need another week or two, just because that ankle injury is weird. But they can get past their first game if he doesn't play, which I think he will. If Baylor or Mississippi State doesn't get him, Oregon has the athleticism to play with Duke, but I don't know if they have the stars or the depth. But we'll see. Interesting there as well. A lot of unpredictability. I think this is as wide open a field as we've seen in a couple of years. UConn was dominant the last 2 years. They won it pretty much. They could be one and done. But do they shock the world, Raj? Because they win their first game somehow. They got number 1 seed Florida, and they really can prove why they the big dogs.
This is true. I mean, this is why this is, we never know who's going to win. And we really can't predict a winner because it's like, who's going to be healthy, who's not going to be healthy. Of course, injuries happen during the tournament. Like you said, Cooper Flag is coming off of an ankle injury. That thing look nasty, man. I mean, they say he might be ready next week. But will he be ready next week? We don't know until we see him on the court. So, I mean, Duke could be out there. Duke could be out early, So we don't know. But we shall see going forward, man. This is going to be very interesting, as it is every year. Especially where the tournament is handled, is always in great hands. Hopefully, of course, we're going to get Charles Barkley and what was it,
Kenny,
Shaq and
Clark Kellogg.
Yeah,
Jalen Rose is now doing games. Of course, Jim
Jalen
Jackson.
Rose is out there. Jim Jackson. It's going to be cool to see these guys. So it's going to be really fun, as it always is.
Yes, sir. If you haven't already, join our bracket challenge. And before my laptop dies, Raj is going to tell you all about that bracket challenge and what we got cooking up on the channel and what you need to do if you're watching it right now.
Hit that like and subscribe button, guys. If you enjoyed this show, if you enjoyed the bracket that we did, hit the like and subscribe button. This is exactly what we do. We always try to make it fun for everybody who, is new to the channel. We talk about wrestling. We talk about basketball, football. All of it, we cover the Ravens, Commanders, of course, in Maryland and some other things. But this is what we do. So if you're new to the channel, if you like the channel, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. This is what we do. So it's always great, to be with Byron, of course. He does a great job as always, especially during the week. But of course, we'll be covering Monday Night Raw tomorrow. We have a very special guest after that on our flagship podcast. So stay tuned for that. I think we're covering NXT on Tuesday as well, AEW on Wednesday.
Starting the draft profiles this week too, coming soon.
Starting the NFL draft profile. Stay tuned for that. So whoever you guys are drafting, if you love the Rams, if you love the Giants, if you love the Jets, if you love any other football team, stay tuned, man. they do an extremely great job on the NFL draft profiles. They are ultimately correct on how they grade these guys and how they scout these guys, and they'll let you know, man, if they're going to be a good player or not. So stay tuned for that, man. There's going to be plenty of content to come, and we're just getting started, throughout this draft process. The draft is in April. This will be March 17th tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you as always, Big Raj, the social media producer, makes the streams pristine. Yeah, Scott, we actually have Kentucky getting to face Illinois and then falling to Illinois. So Mark Pope's done a good job in his first year, though. Former Kentucky captain of the national championship 1992 team there. Yes, sir. Please do, Dylan. Please join the bracket. Love to hear your picks. We know you love Florida. Hey, they could win it all. If Florida wins it all, I wouldn't be surprised. St. John's wins it, I wouldn't be surprised. Michigan State, Duke. I mean, they got the best player in the country. But it's always interesting to see how freshmen do as well in the tournament. They always say they have a little bit of an adjustment. So that'll be something interesting to see there as well. Yeah, tomorrow, we have a very busy week. Real quick, tomorrow at 3 p.m., a special start time, Raj. Talk about sneaking out for the NCAA tournament. Well, I think I have a case of Monday night fever or Monday afternoon fever because Monday Night Raw, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, 12 p.m. Pacific. And Raj, John Cena's back. Him and Cody Rhodes on the run roof. John Cena's a heel. Cody Rhodes is angry. And John Cena has hair again.
Oh my, he found Just for Men just for tomorrow?
He sold his soul, man. The Rock, your boy.
Well, interesting. We'll see if Rogaine actually helped him get that hair back. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, it did look good though when I saw it. I was like, wait a minute, the ball spot's gone. But it could be the Hollywood trick, of course, as well. So we never know. I mean, Cody might snatch that thing out during WrestleMania, but we shall see. But yeah, special 3:00 Monday Night Raw. I probably will not.
Oh yeah, you got other.
I'll be at work, so I probably won't be able to see that. I'll probably watch it, maybe, but yeah, man, I hate when they overseasonate and they gotta, But I get it though. I understand. I get it, but it is what it is. But you'll be covering it, of course. Brother Thoughts probably be on with you. Leo probably be on with you.
I think Dylan might be on. Brother Jubbs. We got a whole crew of people, a bunch of degenerates not doing any work.
Yeah. People that are off on Monday, at 3:00. So that's wonderful,
Well, technically I am working, but we enjoy this. This is not work. This is fun. Through all the goofiness, it is still fun. We enjoy it. Big Raj, appreciate you as always, my guy. As always, can't thank you enough. Monday, Raw, 3 p.m. We'll be live, and then we are going down under. Big shout out to Raj, Rashad in the chat. He was here yesterday at the Maryland game. Hey man, they might have a top 5 back up. The brother is not bad. He doesn't turn the ball over, and he can move a little bit. So hopefully we don't have to see him much. So
no, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him at all. But hey, we do got a good backup. I will give you that. He has played well for your Dallas Cowboys when he's been called upon. So that's great to see. But hopefully we don't see him in Baltimore. Hopefully he's giving out water and Gatorade to the other players, his teammates. And he plays well in the preseason. I mean, of course, if it's a blowout game, we see him then. He plays well. But other than that, we don't want to see him. We don't even want him mentioned, during the week. And we just want to see him, smile on the sidelines as Lamar is lighting up the other team. So, yeah, man, yes. Great backup. And like you said, Rashawn. Hopefully he doesn't see the field, and he helps us get that championship ring that we've been desperately wanting for. Since 2012 or 2013.
Wouldn't that be something? He leaves the Cowboys, comes to the Ravens first year, and gets a Super Bowl ring just like that.
Exactly, just like that. That would be fantastic. That would be beautiful. Oh, well, now I'll save it because they still got time to trade him if they want to.
Oh, your boy.
Yeah. They picked up that $4 million so far, but they still might trade him, but hopefully not.
We'll see what happens. Tomorrow, Monday Night Raw, 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Central, and 12 p.m. Pacific. Tuesday, NXT. We will be live for that as Ricky Saints is in his second match on NXT. I think Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe in NXT Underground match. So we got that bringing back, the Shane McMahon days. They got that match coming now on
Oh, boy.
NXT
NXT
Wednesday.
Underground.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
Wednesday AEW Dynamite. We got a big show on Wednesday actually, Roz. We got Fatal 4-Way for number one contender or for the International Championship. They got Mercedes wrestling. They got big show. They're actually in Omaha, ironically enough, this week. Yeah, Nebraska. So they, I guess, put on a big show for the middle of nowhere. So they got some big things coming up this week. Intriguing to see. We'll see what they do to bounce back from a bad show last week. Of course, Friday Night SmackDown. But earlier on Friday afternoon, 4:30, Maryland live stream watch along for the Maryland game as Maryland takes on Grand Canyon at 4:30. So we'll be live for that. We were live today with Cravante, Sundays with Cravante. Fun time. We broke the news about Cooper Rush, talked about the Commanders, talked about the Ravens, all the NFL free agency news and notes from week 1 of NFL free agency. And tomorrow we go down under, hopefully joined by our good friends from Australia, Steelers Nation. We'll talk to you guys about that tomorrow. Look out, we'll put a post up tomorrow about the live stream for Raw as well. Letting you know it's at 3. We'll be live with all the cool kids. And I think that's all we got this week. Hit the bell, subscribe button, hit that like button. And tomorrow, episode 482, 10 p.m. So no back-to-back streams. Get a little break in between, and we'll have Raw and all the other content in between. Draft profile starting this week as well. Big Raj, I'll give you the final word.
Hey, man, like I said before, stay tuned for more. And hit that like and subscribe button to the Flex Zone podcast. Have a great night.
For Big Raj, God's favorite host, signing off. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, brother. Hit these thoughts. Alex, Sean, Justin. Like I said, Miss Queen, thank you again. If you guys haven't already joined our Flex Zone Tournament Challenge bracket, have fun. Join us. Let's see how we do. And as always, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, vote on the poll, let us know your thoughts, and hit that thumbs up for Raj and everybody in the chat. God's favorite host. We out of here, y'all. Putting the kids to bed. We'll see you for more madness tomorrow and throughout the week. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
As of the